Vibes, thank you for vibing with me. I'm hoping that you're having a wonderful day, wonderful morning, wonderful afternoon, wonderful evening. Thank you for all y'all support. You know what I mean? All y'all support. I really, truly appreciate y'all. And I appreciate y'all. I really do. And I'm going to keep on bringing the content about the Minnesota Vikings going for the ball. Let's go. But listen, y'all. Got a question for everybody. Even if you're not a Minnesota Viking fan, right? If Randy Moss had Steve Young and Joe Montana throwing him the ball for most of his career, would Randy Moss be the GOAT? Would he be the GOAT at the wide receiver position in a lot of people's eyes? As a Minnesota Viking fan, by the way, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. We're going live for almost every game this upcoming season. Shout out to my guy Sports in the building. Shout out to my guy Sports in the building. We're going live for almost every Minnesota Viking game this upcoming season. But yeah, so if Randy Moss had two of the greatest quarterbacks of all time, Joe Montana and Steve Young. Joe Montana has, I believe, 4 Super Bowls. Steve Young won 3 Super Bowls. Two of the greatest quarterbacks, hands down, right? I don't think there's a debate, right? The only quarterback that you could really name that's above them 2 quarterbacks is probably Tom Brady, and that's it. Joe Montana and Steve Young are the best quarterbacks of one of the best 2 quarterbacks of all time. One of the probably top 5. You know what I mean? Top 3, depending on how you rank them. But my question, the reason why I'm bringing this up is because as a Viking fan, Randy Moss is he's the reason why I love football. That's for one. He's the reason why I am a Viking fan from Pennsylvania. That's for 2. Shout out to Tuna Sports. Shout out to Steelers. What's going on? Shout out to everybody that's in the building. So if Randy Moss had Steve Young and Joe Montana throw him the ball his whole entire career, would Randy Moss be the GOAT at the wide receiver position? And this is not taking nothing away from Jerry Rice. This is not taking nothing away from Terrell Owens or any of the other great wide receivers throughout the history of the NFL. But for me as a Viking fan, I think Randy Moss is the greatest wide receiver of all time. and look, I understand the numbers. What I'm saying, I'm just giving you my honest perspective. If he did have Joe Montana, and it's hypothetically speaking, because obviously it was almost impossible for Joe Montana to throw Randy Moss the ball, because the time Randy Moss got into the NFL, he was drafted in 1998? Yeah, what year was he drafted? I forgot what year. I can't even remember off the top of my head. 1998, I believe. I think 1998, that's when Randy Moss got drafted, right? So Joe Montana was on his way out of the NFL. Joe Montana was on his way out of the NFL. Steve Young, he had a couple more years left, but he was on his way out of the NFL. So hypothetically speaking, if the timing was right and they both came into the NFL at the same time and say the 49ers drafted Randy Moss, would Randy Moss be the greatest quarterback? I mean, not the greatest quarterback, the greatest wide receiver of all time. And thank you for the super chat, Sarah. Just showing some love. Skull, what's going on, Sarah? Skull to you. That's my Skull sister. Shout out to you. Appreciate the super chat. I already think Randy Moss is the best. I grew up on Randy Moss. I wish he won. Yes, I wish he won. No, I don't want to say New England. I wish he won it with the Vikings. I gotta correct. Listen, that's your opinion. My opinion is I wish he won with the Vikings. But yeah, I was cheering for him with the Patriots as well. Because look, I'm not taking nothing from Jerry Rice. I'm not taking. Look, I don't want people. Make sure y'all smash that like button when y'all get a chance. Smash that like button. Just double tap the screen. I'm not taking nothing from Jerry Rice. Jerry Rice, when it comes to the statistics, right? He's number 1, hands down. He got more touchdowns. He got more catches. He has more receiving yards. He has Super Bowls. He has a Super Bowl MVP. The list goes on and on. Like, I'm not taking nothing from Jerry Rice. So I don't want people thinking, oh, man, you're trying to switch up. Nah, man. Oh, you trying to hate on Jerry Rice. I'm not hating on Jerry Rice. I know how great of a wide receiver he is. But in my opinion, I think statistic-wise, I think if he had Joe Montana and Steve Young for most of his career, say he wasn't drafted by the Vikings, and say Steve Young and Joe Montana, they you know what I mean, he was on the 49ers, and when Joe Montana was in his prime, you replace Jerry Rice with Randy Moss, would the numbers be statistically, would they be like similar or even better? Because Randy Moss was that dude. And the reason why I'm making this video and I'm going live and talking about this, because a lot of people, I made a video saying that, in my opinion, I think Randy Moss is the GOAT. And people felt so butthurt. People was really hurt. Like, people were so, oh, that's the stupidest opinion ever. Why would you say such a thing? Randy Moss is nowhere close to being the GOAT. It's Jerry Rice, and then it goes Terrell Owens, and maybe Randy Moss number 3. I'm like, yo, relax. It's just my opinion. I think Randy Moss is the GOAT. And look, and I'm not hating on Jerry Rice. And I'm not hating on none of the quarterbacks that threw Randy Moss the ball, because you got a lot of greats. You have a lot of greats that threw him the ball. Tom Brady threw him the ball. What was the years for Tom Brady? Tom Brady threw him the ball 2007 to 2009, right? So that's 3 seasons. That's it. And he was breaking all types of records, right? You had Dante Culpepper. I love Dante. He now on the same level as a Joe Montana. So listen, no disrespect. I'm a Viking fan, but I'm keeping it real. Who else? Randall Cunningham. No disrespect. He's not on the level of a Joe Montana or Steve Young. So my mindset is like, yo, if hypothetically speaking, would he be the GOAT statistically? I already think Randy Moss is the GOAT. So I'm the wrong person to really ask this question. I'm just asking y'all. Statistically, would it be closer? Because when you look at the numbers, I'm going to get to the comments shortly. When you look at the numbers, Jerry Rice, for receiving yards, 22,000 yards, 895 yards, 197 touchdowns, 14.8 per catch is his average, and he had 1,549 catches for his career in 20 seasons. Now, when you talk about Randy Moss, he has 982 catches for 15,200 and I think that's 92 yards, and he had 156 touchdowns, and his average per catch was 15.6. So Jerry Rice blows Randy Moss out the water out the frame. He's destroying them pretty much in every category you could think of, like pretty much. But at the same time, you got to think about the quarterback, because the one thing about being a wide receiver, right? If you have a sucky quarterback, I don't care how good of a wide receiver you are, you're not doing anything. I remember when Randy Moss was, what's the one quarterback from the Raiders? I forgot, because you know Randy Moss was on the Raiders for like a year or two. I think a year. I don't know. I think at least 1 year. I don't even remember the quarterback, bro. So that was a wasted year. But if he had a quarterback consistency at that quarterback position, like a Joe Montana or Steve Young, 2 of the greatest quarterbacks of all time, throwing him the ball, I promise you, statistically, it would be closer than what it says right now. Randy Moss is my GOAT. Randy Moss is my GOAT. But statistically, I think, hypothetically speaking, for all the ones that's like, oh, it's no way. Oh, you're tripping, Mike. You don't know what you're talking about. Hypothetically speaking, if Joe Montana and Steve Young was throwing Randy Moss the ball his whole entire career, or almost like most of his career, like Jerry Rice, I guarantee you the statistics will be closer. Just my opinion. And this is no disrespect to Jerry Rice, because he's debatable in a lot of people's eyes. He's the GOAT. Not in my eyes. In my eyes, it's Randy Moss. Randy Moss is my GOAT at the wide receiver position. I'm gonna say it one more time. Hypothetically speaking, I know when Randy Moss was drafted, Steve Young was pretty much done. When Randy Moss was drafted in 1998, I believe, Joe Montana was definitely done. Steve Young was on his way out. So hypothetically speaking, if those 2 quarterbacks did throw Randy Moss the ball most of his career, I think he would probably surpass Jerry Rice statistically. I don't know about the Super Bowls. I don't know. You can't really, I don't want to go down that path. But I understand the resume of Jerry Rice has. It's hard to even compare it to Randy Moss. And this is no disrespect to my guy Randy, because I think Randy Moss is the GOAT when it comes to him winning 3 Super Bowls. Jerry Rice has 3 Super Bowls. You know what I mean? When he won the Super Bowls? 1989, 1990, and 1995. He won 3 Super Bowls, and he was amazing. But in my opinion, I think Randy Moss changed the game. They never, the way he played, I don't care about all the other stuff, the negativity, like, oh, he didn't go in the middle. He didn't do this. He didn't do that. I don't care about none of that. He was the most dominant wide receiver for me, just my opinion, that I have ever seen. He put his arm up and did what he did, catching the ball with one hand. He looked like he was gliding on the dang on freaking football field, and he made it look easy. So that's why I'm like, listen, it's a debate when it comes to the statistics. It's a debate when it comes to numbers. But for me personally, it's Randy Moss. But Rice is better, in my opinion. I'm not hating on that. Yeah, it was 98. Yeah, 98, right. Rice is the GOAT, hands down. Thank you, buddy. Hey, listen, everybody, make sure you smash that like button. I got 19 people on the live and only 4 likes. Show a brother some love. And I will be going live for almost probably every Viking game, but except for week 2, because I plan on going to week 2, the first home game for the Vikings. So make sure, even if you're not a Viking fan, consider subscribing, because when we go against your team, we're beating the brakes off for all y'all teams. I'm letting y'all know that right now. It's all fun at the end of the day. Sports is designed to bring us together, but I'm going to talk my trash in the comments, and I will be going live. And when my Vikings go against your team, we're beating the brakes off of every team in the NFL. I don't care what team you're a fan of. You know what I mean? If you an Eagle fan, if you a Steelers fan, if you're a Cowboys fan, if you a stinking like a Packers fan, a Lions, a Giant, whatever fan you are, the Vikings is beating the brakes off. I'm telling you that right now. He said, don't get the, oh, yeah, listen. I had people coming at my neck. They was like, you don't know what you're talking about. You know nothing about football. Randy Moss is at best the 3rd best wide receiver of all time. Jerry Rice is way better. Statistically, yes. My eye test tells me differently. And I'm not coming at Jerry, but he had a consistent quarterback his whole entire career. Randy Moss, we would have a different conversation. If Randy Moss got drafted by the Patriots and Tom Brady was throwing to Randy Moss his whole career, I promise you, if everything works out with the health, I promise you that Randy Moss will have statistically either better than Jerry Rice or close to him. I'm trying to tell you. Do y'all remember how explosive that offense was with Tom Brady? This was Randy Moss and Tom Brady at the end of their prime, bro. This isn't the prime like the beginning of the prime of Randy Moss and the beginning of the prime of Tom Brady. Even though Tom Brady got another Super Bowl with the Broncos, but still, like, it's a debate though, bro. Hypothetically speaking, Rice put up numbers with Rich Gannon in his late 30s. Yeah, okay, that's true. That is true. Jetta about to break all them old records. I ain't even a Viking fan. Whew. Yes, I think Justin Jefferson, he got a lot to even... Listen, I try not to compare JJ to Randy Moss too much, because I just got to see a lot more. And this is not me coming at JJ. I've always been a supporter of Justin Jefferson. When we drafted him, people were trying to tell me that he can't catch, he's not a deep threat, and people was trying to come at me like what's the bull that the Eagles drafted? I forgot the bull that they drafted before JJ, and he was like, yeah, our guy can catch, your guy can't catch. And I'm like, okay, we're gonna see about that. It turns out I was right and he was wrong. So I'm just saying, I'm not right about everything, because that's just not possible. But I was right about Justin Jefferson being that guy. Now, if he's consistent on the route that he's going, I feel like Justin Jefferson could definitely be in the conversation of being one of the greatest wide receivers of all time. And even Randy Moss already spoke on that, and he said it himself. So if who am I to really say nothing if my GOAT at wide receiver already said it, Randy Moss already said it. If he keeps on doing what he's doing, consistency and getting them touchdowns and making the stand up, making the crowd stand up, and he can do it. JJ is definitely that guy. I believe in him. JJ McCarthy ain't doing. Oh man, you feel like that? There was a swing. Oh, for real? Vikings is. Oh, don't say that. Nope, not even close. Moss had speed. Rice got everything else over him. Yes. Moss had the speed, and he had and people was coming. You know how Kareem, when he had the sky hook, right? In basketball, they was trying to say, oh, that's all he's doing is the sky hook. Well, if you can't stop me, why would I stop doing what I'm doing? If I'm busting your you know what every time I step on the dang on basketball court and you can't guard me, why would I stop it? So what Randy Moss would do, and he didn't just run the fly route. He would break tackles. He would catch in triple coverage and make people miss. People are just so disrespectful. Randy Moss is a scrub. Did they not see what Randy Moss was doing? With Culpepper? Listen, with Culpepper, before Culpepper messed up his knees, bro, do people not understand what Culpepper was doing with Randy Moss? Did they not see what he was doing? And Culpepper's nowhere close to Joe Montana or Steve Young. Just imagine if Randy Moss, hypothetically speaking, had those two great GOATs at quarterback most of his career, like Jerry Rice did. Just hypothetically speaking, just imagine. He would be more in the conversation of the best wide receiver. In my opinion, if he ain't top 2 or top 3, you hating. Just my opinion. If Randy Moss is not in your top 2 or top 3, when it comes to the wide receiver position, you're hating. For real. That's just my opinion. When you talk about Rice, make sure you bring up his Raider year, led his team to Super Bowl. Yeah, he was, listen, Jerry Rice did a lot, man. I think most of his, for me, I think most of his he did lead the Raiders to the Super Bowl. I understand all that. But for me, I look at it, man, his best years was with the dang on 49ers, with Steve Young and Joe Montana. Joe Montana was something special, man. And and Steve Young was too. I was looking up their numbers, and I'm just like, damn, I'm just amazed at how even back in the day they was throwing for over 3,000, 4,000 throwing yards and just doing. It was just a show, man. And just the route running, it was so calm and collective. It was just surgical on every defense. It was surgical on every defense. Oh, thank you, buddy. Appreciate it. Don't do those. Damn, that's how you feel? Commanders. Hey, it makes the loser. Hey, listen, man. Who is your team, bro? Because when we go against y'all, I hope to see you in the chat, bro. Because you talking a lot of trash. And don't be mad when we beat the brakes off your team, because you talking all this crazy talk. Don't be mad at me. I warned you. We're going to beat the brakes off of your team. So please make sure you're in the comments when we play your team. Vikings are about to have the best 7. That's how you feel? I don't believe that, bro. I don't believe that one bit. Hey, listen, I don't believe that one bit. Hey, Maine laughing. Rice made Rich in Pro Bowl. Yes, true. Yeah, I'm not taking nothing from Rice. I'm just saying Rice did have, look, I'm not taking one thing from Rice. If anybody says he's the GOAT at wide receiver, listen, we're going to have to agree to disagree. I love Rice as a player. It's, for me, for wide receiver, it's Randy. But I'm not going to sit here and be mad if someone says Rice, because it better not be nobody else. It better not be Terrell Owens. It better not be Fitzgerald. It better not be nobody else over Randy Moss. That's just my opinion. Rice is the only one, because statistically ain't nobody even close to Jerry Rice. Statistically, Super Bowls, ain't nobody close to him. So I understand that. But I'm just saying my case is, hypothetically speaking, if Randy Moss had 2 of the greatest quarterbacks of all time throwing him the ball for most of his career like Jerry Rice did, would the stats be would statistically, would it be closer, or would he surpass Jerry Rice? Not saying he will, not saying he won't, but I think it'll be a lot different when it comes to everything. But I know we can't go in the past and really, we're just having fun with this conversation. I understand it's not realistic. It ain't gonna never happen. All these players are retired. All of them are Hall of Famers. And I'm just having fun with this conversation. You know what I mean? But I do want to put some more respect on Randy Moss's name. And people was coming at me so heavy, like, yo, Randy Moss is like not even he's like the third at best. I'm like, dang, like who's above him? Like, I love Terrell Owens, but look, I love Terrell Owens as a wide receiver, but I don't know about Terrell Owens being over Randy Moss. I don't see that. Vikings about to win a Super Bowl. Let's go, baby. Let's go to the bowl. Make sure everybody hits the like button, please. I got 19 people watching and only got 7 likes. Hit the like button. Hit the subscribe button. Trying to get to my first 2,000 subscribers on this channel. We will be going live for every single Viking game with the scoreboard and everything. And even if you're not a Viking fan, consider subscribing because we will be going live. If we play against your team, let's get it. We going at it. We going at it in the comments. Let's go to the bowl. Let's get it. Can I have, before I go, can I have it? Oh, what's going on, LFC? What's going on? Appreciate you. Hey, listen. But Marty, we're going to be good next season. I think that like all jokes aside though, in my opinion for the Vikings in the NFC North division is a very tough division. And look, even as a Viking fan, I could be real. I think the Lions are going to still be good. Even they're going to take a step back, though. They're not going. Listen, they're not winning 15 games back-to-back years. They're going to take a step back in the win column. They're going to be healthy. They lost both of their offensive coordinator and their defensive coordinator. So the Lions might take a step back, but I still think the Lions are very talented. I love what they're doing in the run game. I love their wide receivers. I love Aiden Hutchinson. I like McNeil. I like what they got on the Lions. I really do. Gibbs as their running back. I think he's one of the best running backs in the game. I got a lot of respect for him. I think the Packers are going to be solid as well. Who else? The Bears are not going to be. The Bears, I think, are going to be improved. The Bears is not going to be an easy win. The Bears are going to mess around, be good this next season as well. I ain't going to say they're going to be like a double-digit win season, but I wouldn't be surprised if the Bears shock a lot of people. I think Caleb is going to show off this upcoming season. But I just feel like the Vikings, if everything works out when it comes to health, I think we finally improved on our offensive line and defensive line to the point where I feel like the Vikings are going to be definitely a true contender. Not just in our division, winning the division, but in the playoffs. Like, it don't even really matter about winning the division. I just want to get into the playoffs healthy, and that's when it counts the most. Like, you can have a 15-2 record and lose in the first round like the Lions did because they weren't healthy. So I'd rather be healthy and be a wild card team than be a first seed and be all hurt and banged up. No, yes, I would love to be the first seed in the NFC, but I gotta be healthy too, bro. I gotta have the chemistry too. So that's what I'm hoping. We'll see what happens, but I feel like the Will Fries, I think Christian Darrisaw, if he's healthy, Kelly, I like what's his name, Javon Hargrave on our defensive line. I think we made a lot of good moves, man. If you're a Viking fan, get excited for this upcoming season. Naylor. What's going on? Oh, Martin can't get. Oh man, y'all coming at each other. Just keep it respectful if y'all can. Just keep it respectful still. You got a point. Martin wants to be. There, y'all going at it in the comments. Just keep it PG if y'all can. Keep it PG. And make sure y'all hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, hit that like button. And I'm only saying hit the like button multiple times because as a YouTuber, right, how we get our stuff out there is when you hit the like button. Because that's when YouTube is like, oh, we'll send some more notifications out there. We'll send some more people so they can watch the live stream. So that's why I'm saying make sure y'all hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. We're on the verge of getting one step closer to that first 2,000 subscribers on this channel. And yes, I go live for Viking games. So even if you're a fan, check out the channel. And I know a little bit about everybody's team. I will talk about it if you want me to. I give you my honest perspective coming from a Viking fan perspective. And I will be covering the Timberwolves as well, about for, you know what I mean, if you're into basketball on this channel. I'm from Pennsylvania, and I am a diehard Minnesota Viking fan because of Randy Moss. So that's why we have this conversation, because like Randy Moss is that guy, man. He really is. And so it's Philly everything besides football. I got another YouTube channel called Mike Sports Vibes Ballin', where I cover Mike Sports Vibes with a Z, Ballin'. I cover the Sixers. I cover NBA playoffs, etc., etc. I cover boxing on that channel. I cover the Phillies on that channel. So if you're interested, go check out that channel as well. But yeah, shout out to each and every one of y'all. Just a hold on. Hypothetically speaking, if Jerry Rice had Tom Brady, he would have 20. You know what? If Jerry Rice would have if Jerry Rice would have had Tom Brady his whole career, yeah, he would have shattered records. That's what I'm saying. If Randy Moss would have had Tom Brady his whole entire career, you know, Tom Brady is like, he makes everybody so much better. Imagine if he had Randy Moss his whole career. He got 7 Super Bowls. He probably would have had, I wouldn't be surprised if Tom Brady finished his career with like 10 Super Bowls if he had Randy Moss his whole career. That's how gifted that offense was. Even though they did lose to the Giants twice, the Giants defensive line with Michael Strahan and all them, that defensive line got to Tom Brady. But he probably would have won at least 10 Super Bowls. We're not having a Super Bowl rings. What's going to where do you think JJ will finish big? Justin Jefferson. Are you talking about Justin Jefferson or are you talking about JJ McCarthy? If you're talking about Justin Jefferson, in my honest opinion, I think that he's the best wide receiver in the game. So you already know I got a lot of love for Justin Jefferson. This is no disrespect to Chase, because I think Chase is, if you want to put Chase number 1, go, so be it. I think Chase and JJ are the top 2 wide receivers in the game. Either or, whatever you like more, I guess you'll pick that player. But I just think Justin Jefferson, I just want him to be healthy. And if he's healthy, he's going to put the numbers up because he's that gifted. You know what I mean? If Justin Jefferson is healthy, he's going to put the numbers up. If you got a good quarterback, if JJ McCarthy is the quarterback we think he is, I feel like Justin Jefferson, by the end of his career, could debatably be the best wide receiver in Minnesota Viking history, especially if he gets a Super Bowl. He has to do a lot to do that because you got Randy Moss. You know how I feel about Randy Moss, and he could be one of the top 2 wide receivers of all time. But he got to stay healthy. You know what I mean? I got a lot of respect for JJ. So you got Buddy, got Rice, Megatron. Oh, you know what? The only reason why I don't got Megatron up there is because Megatron retired to, like, I feel like when he was in his prime, there was nobody messing with Megatron. Let's keep it real. And this is coming from a Viking perspective, a Viking fan. I'm going to give that man some love. There's nobody, not one wide receiver that I could think of that was when Megatron was doing his thing. They called him Megatron for a reason. It don't matter if you're triple cover, if he's triple coverage, double cover, don't matter. Doesn't matter. He was coming down with the ball. And then after the catch, Megatron was unbelievable, breaking tackles, but he chose his health more than statistics and just, he chose his health. He chose his family, which I really respect that. But the only reason why I don't got him in top 5 is because I feel like Megatron retired too quick. And listen, it's too quick to us, but it's not too quick to him because he was battling injuries that we probably don't even know about. You feel me? But when he was on that dang on field, Megatron was special. See, that's one thing about your boy. Even though I'm a Viking fan, I'm not the type of person that's just going to be like to just crap on a player just because he's on a rival team. Like, I got a lot of respect for Megatron. Megatron Johnson, that boy was nasty with it, bro. Nasty. But you said Moss number 3. Okay. If Moss ain't in your top 3, I think people hating. Skull, what's going on, bro? Justin Jefferson is so good. He made the Falcons think they had a franchise quarterback. yo, make sure y'all hit the like button. I got 35 people in the building, and I don't got 15 likes. I got 9 likes. Show a brother some love, y'all. Show a brother some love and hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. We going live for almost every Viking game this season. So even if you're not a Viking fan, consider subscribing, because when we go against your team, we're going to beat the brace off your team. We're going to talk trash in the comments. But that's a fact. The Falcons thought they had a franchise quarterback, but let's keep it real though. They gave him the bag, which was a mistake. But they made sure they protected themselves because they drafted Michael Penix Jr. The same year they got Kirk Cousins with in the first round. I forgot what pick he was. They drafted Michael Penix. So since they drafted Michael Penix, it's like, okay, like, yeah, he wasn't good with us. Kirk Cousins had his moments, but at the same time, we got Michael Penix that can take over from here. And I respect the Falcons for doing that. I respect the Falcons for being proactive and not putting all their eggs in one basket. Kirk Cousins have never got the Vikings anywhere in the playoffs. He won one playoff game in like how many years with the Vikings? I don't think he won any playoffs games with the Commanders. So I don't know why people think, listen, he's a solid quarterback. I'm not hating, I'm just stating. But he ain't that dude. Like my bull said, he said, yo, Justin Jefferson's so good, he got another $100 million contract. Kirk Cousins got another $100 million contract. That's how good Justin Jefferson is. That's a fact, bro. What's going on, bro? My bull, Curcio, what's up, bro? Mad Max, what's up, bro? Hey, listen, what's going on, Mad Max? I got a mask up on the set. I'm a well-known, oh, man, oh, snap. Mad Max, son. Cowboys running. Nah, bro. Listen, all you Cowboy fans, keep that same energy, because y'all talk a lot of stuff. You Cowboy fans got to be the most delusional fan base in all of football. Even more delusional than Eagle fans, because people think Eagle fans are delusional, and they are. I ain't gonna say they're cap. I'm talking about the Eagle fans too. But them Dallas Cowboy fans, first of all, y'all gotta worry about Dak Prescott. What Dak Prescott gonna do? Is Dak Prescott gonna be worth the money he's getting paid? Is he gonna be a scrub? Is he gonna get hurt again? Like, listen, bro, y'all gotta worry about Dak Prescott. Dak Prescott is Kirk Cousins 2.0. He reminds me of Kirk Cousins. He's a solid quarterback / good quarterback. Everything got to work out. He can't put this team on his back to win. If the play breaks down, he's not really doing too much. Rarely he'll have these good games where you're just like, wow, he could be a very good quarterback. And then the next game he's going to throw for like 3 interceptions. Like, bro, he's not consistent, bro. He's not consistent, bro. Oh, that's what you call him? I know is, oh, man. Cowgirl, yeah, on 60. What are you talking about? Skull, what's going on? You ain't no Randy Moss, more like you ain't no Randy Moss, more like Rick Ross. Ricky Ross, Big Boss, Ricky Ross, Rose. That's how you be saying. All Cowboy fans are lames. Skull. Yo, what sport you talking about? I'm talking about football. The title of the video is about Randy Moss, and hypothetically speaking, I know we can't go into like, we can't really be really real about it. We're just having fun with the conversation. Hypothetically speaking, if Randy Moss had Joe Montana and Steve Young, most of his career throwing him the ball, would Randy Moss statistically rival Jerry Rice? Would he rival him statistically? I think he would, and I think he might even pass him. I don't know. You know what I mean? It'll be close. Statistically, Randy Moss is just above everybody. But in my opinion, I think for me as a Viking fan, I grew to love football because of Randy Moss. That's why I'm a football fan from Pennsylvania. Like, I should be an Eagle fan. I should have been an Eagle fan, but I'm a Viking fan because of Randy Moss. So Randy Moss is my GOAT. Randy Moss is my GOAT. But yeah, man, like Randy Moss, I just feel like people disrespecting him. When I see some of the comments, people were like this. Yo, I said, what I said? I said, Randy Moss is my GOAT. I think he's the best wide receiver, in my opinion, of all time. They was like, man, that's the stupidest opinion ever, man. You don't know football. You don't know what you're talking about. That's the dumbest stuff I ever heard. And I'm like, well, dang, bro, you getting that butt hurt. I mean, I like Jerry Rice. I ain't hating on Jerry Rice. I'm just stating how I feel, my opinion. And Jerry Rice had 2 Hall of Fame quarterbacks throwing to him this almost his whole career, bro. So if Randy Moss had that same thing, we wouldn't be having this conversation probably. Can you put your hand on the camera for Josh Allen edit? Josh Allen edit. How you feel about Atlanta? All right, so Atlanta Falcons. You know, I'm a big Michael Penix guy. I'm going to be honest with y'all. Let me keep it real with you. As a Viking fan, I'm rocking with J.J. McCarthy all day, every day. I actually, before the draft happened, right, my favorite quarterback was between Caleb, Jaden, Michael. I forgot the exact order. I liked the Drake May, too. I liked the Bo Nix. Listen, but I know for a fact I had Michael. Michael was one of my guys for the Vikings, and I wanted the Vikings to draft Michael. I think Michael, I understand the injury history. Maybe he got all the injuries out the way, and I hope he did, because I just think he has that it factor. I think he can make every throw. I think Michael Penix, I think he can push. He's going to make the Falcons look real good for a long time if he stays healthy. They're going to be contenders for a long time if he stays healthy. They got a lot of good weapons around them. So we'll see what happens, man. But I like Michael Penix. Michael Penix is that guy. I think the 2024 NFL draft, when it comes to the quarterbacks, is one of the best NFL drafts when it comes to quarterbacks in a very long time. You know, Jaden Daniels got his team to the NFC Championship game his rookie season. Bo Nix got his team in the NFC, the Broncos, to the playoffs. So that 2024 quarterback draft was very, very good. Michael Penix had to wait his turn until Kirk Cousins screwed up, and that's what Kirk Cousins did. I think he got hurt as well. And Michael Penix got some opportunity, and he shined a little bit, and now he's the starting quarterback. And Kirk Cousins is looking to be traded. So, and he's talking about he regrets leaving the Vikings. Man, it's J.J. McCarthy time, though, bro. But everybody in the building, make sure y'all double tap the screen, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. We're going live for every game. And even though you might not be a Viking fan, if you're enjoying the vibes, consider subscribing. And and if we go against your team, please be live on the chat. I love to interact with y'all. I love to talk to y'all. Don't be shy. Even if you misspell something, I'll try to figure it out. Some people be scared to chat because they be like, I can't spell. Man, try, man. Like, I'm a cool dude, and I'm going to try to make the best of what you're trying to say. Vikings haters are so lame for acknowledging the Vikings never winning a Super Bowl despite being very close. Yeah, the Vikings been to the Super Bowl 4 times, and they lost all 4. But I'm going to say this right now, man. I really feel like we got something special now, and they just got to prove it. And the only way the Vikings are going to get respect around the NFL and other fan bases, I don't really care if other fan bases respect the Vikings. All I care is about the Vikings just staying healthy. If the Vikings can stay healthy, I'm so excited about what J.J. McCarthy is going to do. He has everything around him. He has the best wide receiver in the game. Jordan Addison might get suspended for 3 games. I ain't going to get into detail about that. Ty Felton is going to show off. I like Speedy Naylor. You got T.J. Hawkinson. You got a good running game. We got a good offense. We got a lot of good things, bro, on both sides of the ball. KOC is a very good coach. KOC is a good offensive-minded head coach. And he made Nick Mullins look good. He made Kirk Cousins look a lot better, even though Kirk Cousins is a solid quarterback. But he made him look a lot better than he has, in my opinion, his whole career. He was better with the Vikings than he has ever been, especially with KOC. Not with Mike Zimmer, but with KOC, he was very good with KOC. Even though we ain't win nothing, he was good with KOC. And then you got to talk about the defense, bro. Brian Floyd, yo, our team is built. We just got to prove it. And I don't even mind what other people say about the Vikings at this point, because we went 14-3 and lost in the first round. So I try to keep it real. Like, as a Viking fan, we went 14-3 and lost to the Rams in the first round. Yes, we were hurt on the offensive line. Sam Darnold had an outstanding season. We had a good season, but we lost when it counted the most. We lost a home game. It was a home game, right? Was it? No, it was. It wasn't a home game. It was a away game. But we went 14-3 and lost. So we gotta do better. We gotta prove that we can win when it counts, because that's the only way we're gonna win a Super Bowl. I don't even care about. Listen, I care about regular season for chemistry. But my biggest thing is I'm gonna enjoy the regular season. I just want us to be healthy and a good enough record just to get to the playoffs. Because at this point, as a Viking fan, I want to win a Super Bowl. You know, I live right outside of Philly. All my family members are Eagle fans. All my family members are Steelers fans. The Steelers got 6 Super Bowls. The Eagles got 2 Super Bowls. Since I've been a Viking fan, I ain't seen my team get to the Super Bowl one time. And I'm fed up. And and listen, so many talented teams since I've been a Viking fan. And we got to just get it done. We got to get it done. Can you put... What's going on, Big Task? Viking fan, let's go. Let's go to the bowl. We gonna hold our team accountable. That's one thing about our fan base. Every fan base, if you're a Viking fan, whatever fan base that you're a fan of, you gotta hold your team accountable, bro. If they're not doing what they need to do, and that goes for any sport, basketball, baseball, whatever sport you rock with, whatever team you rock with, you gotta hold them accountable. Like, I'm not gonna be the type of fan like, oh my gosh, the Vikings could do no wrong. If the Vikings is jacking some things up, guess what? I'm calling them out. I'm gonna say what I gotta say. I'm gonna keep it respectful because I want my team to bounce back. I'm not the type of person that, when everything is falling apart, I'm gonna just say, the Vikings are still gonna win the Super Bowl. I'm not a delusional Cowboy fan. I'm not gonna be the Cowboys. We're 10. We're gonna still win the Super Bowl. Y'all not winning nothing. The Cowboy fan base is the most delusional fan base. I'm trying to tell y'all, bro. They the most delusional fan base, and I love them at the same time because they funny. But bro, they'll be like 0-10, and they'll say we're gonna still win the Super Bowl. How y'all gonna get to the playoffs? How y'all gonna get to the playoffs? Who Minnesota quarterback and how many games? He hasn't played any games in a regular season. He played in the preseason game and he got hurt last season. His name is J.J. McCarthy. He won a championship in high school. He won a championship in college, and he gonna win in professional football as well. So we're gonna see. We're gonna take one game at a time, and I feel like our team is built. When you have a high draft pick, usually your team is garbage, right? Our team, we had a high draft pick, not top 3. I think he was top 10. We traded up, get him. Usually when you draft a quarterback that high, your team isn't going to be nothing. The team that we got right now is debatably the best team on paper in our whole division. So we're going to see. Yes, that O-line. Yes, Kelly, Will Fries, Donovan Jackson, Christian Darrisaw, Brian O'Neill. Talk that talk, bro. They don't know. Hey, bro, they don't know, bro. Listen, we don't. That's why I don't really be like really. Like, I talk to the other fan bases. I respect what their opinion is for the most part. But if you're not a Viking fan, you're not going to know the little details. You know what I mean? You just look at the final result. You'll look at the final result. Yeah, we got knocked out in the playoffs versus the Rams last year. But if you look at what we did this offseason, bro, we did a lot of good things. If you're a Viking fan, we definitely did a lot of good things. Real talk. Get into the playoffs healthy. That never happened. Yeah, healthy enough. You know what I mean? Teams win the Super Bowl based on depth. Just look at the Eagles. Yeah. Last year, man, the Eagles was healthy. Man, that team was all that, man. The Eagles got the blueprint on how to beat an all-time great quarterback. You know what I mean? How you beat a Tom Brady and a Patrick Mahomes, you got to have the trenches, bro. If you don't got the trenches, you're not winning that game. Tom Brady lost to the Giants twice because of their defensive line. They didn't have to blitz all like that. So they kept their safeties and corners back. Same with the Eagles. The Eagles didn't have to blitz like they could blitz. They blitzed, but they didn't have to blitz all like that because their front four was so dominant. Patrick Mahomes got scared of his own shadow. You know what I mean? But when I say healthy, I'm not saying completely healthy. I understand you need the depth and you just need a little bit of luck, a little bit of this, a little bit of that. But I'm talking about like the main people healthy. Like for instance, when we talk about the Lions last year, and you're a Viking fan, so I know you know this. If you're you're a Viking fan, so I know you know this about the Lions. The Lions lost McNeil, they lost Aiden Hutchinson, their defensive end and their tackle. They lost pretty much their whole defense, bro. You're not winning it. I don't care how can you replace that production? You're not going to replace that production. You lost both of your best defensive players on your team. You're not winning a Super Bowl. You might win the first game. They didn't even win the first game. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not saying completely healthy. I'm just saying healthy enough. You feel me? Shout out to everybody that's in the building. Oh, and by the way, everybody, if you haven't already, check out my other YouTube channel, Mike Sports Vibes Ballin'. So it's Mike, M-I-K-E, Sports, S-P-O-R-T-S, Vibes, V-I-B-E-Z, Ballin', B-A-L-L-I-N-G. That channel, I cover boxing. Primarily, I cover the Sixers, do play-by-play for the Sixers. So even if you're not a Sixer fan, I do a lot of play-by-play. So if we play your team, I'll be live for that. I cover the Phillies. I cover NBA playoffs, NBA breaking news. I cover boxing and all that. So if you're interested, go check out Mike Sports Vibes Ballin'. Subscribe to that channel. I truly appreciate it. Get into the talk about my Panthers. The Panthers. Whew. Listen about the Panthers, bro. They just got to prove it, man. They just got to be healthy. Their quarterback got to be healthy. They just got to prove it, man. They one of those teams that you got to just see it to believe it. You got to see what they... Hold on. Who's the running back they just drafted? Did they draft... Did they draft Amarion Hampton? Did they just draft Amarion Hampton? Who drafted Amarion Hampton? I forgot. I don't know if it was Was it the Panthers? I don't know if it was the Panthers. I forgot who they drafted. I got to do my research on who they drafted. But when it comes to the Panthers, they just got to prove it, man. Kind of like the Vikings. Like, the Panthers could be a sleeping giant. You know what I mean? Because nobody really expects them to do anything next year. See, the Vikings, people are going to expect them to do something because they got a lot. They signed a lot of players, so it's not like it's like we can't sneak up on y'all. We just got to prove it. You know what I mean? Our quarterback is our biggest question mark because he hasn't played in the regular season. But I think he's our biggest strength at the same time because I just feel like he has that it factor. You know what I mean? I think J.J. McCarthy has that it factor. McCarthy is the one. Right, I feel you, bro. Do I cover MMA? I love MMA. I don't cover it. But if y'all want me to cover it, I can cover it a little bit more on my other YouTube channel. On the channel that you're on, I usually just cover the Vikings and I cover the Timberwolves. I'm not a Timberwolves fan, but I love basketball. And the only reason I'm covering the Timberwolves because I like Ant-Man a lot. And if you're a Viking fan, most likely you might, if you're a Timberwolves fan, you might be a Viking fan. So I'm trying to grow this channel and cover the Timberwolves as well. But I do respect what the Timberwolves are doing. And but on my other channel, Mike Sports Vibes Ballin', if y'all want to talk about MMA, let's do it, man. I love MMA. I love it. I love a lot of sports, but I try not to do too many sports. But I will cover boxing. I like tennis. I like a lot of sports, man. I really do. The exception is when the 76 excuses play the Knicks. Then it's called Mike Sports Vibes Cry. That's funny. That's funny. How many games has McCarthy played He hasn't played any regular season games. He got hurt last year. He got hurt in the preseason. He played one preseason game and he tore his meniscus. What? He said, what in the goodwill Malik Beasley? Hey. Argument to ask how many games someone has played. Yeah. They trying to come at JJ McCarthy. It's all good. All I'm saying is this. You could doubt JJ McCarthy, but give him some love when he shows off. When he shows off and he does his thing, show that man some respect, man. From betting games to I'm going to give you a like, don't bet. You funny. I agree with your take on Jackson Dart, that he will be the quarterback. Oh, no, I ain't say all that, bro. Hey, listen, I ain't say all that. I didn't say all that. The Giants should have drafted Shedeur Sanders. They tripping, bro. They was tripping on that on draft night. Grab the camera. Yeah, that's what I do, man. I talk that talk, bro. When McCarthy doesn't accept, get hurt before the... What's going on, Ed? You should have been anything but a Sixers fan. Yeah, listen, bro. The Sixers, man. I don't even know what to say about the Sixers right now. Skull, I've been a Viking fan since 1987. JJ McCarthy is going to be the... I think he will, too. And I think... And, like, my point about JJ McCarthy is he don't got to put his team on his back like that. Like, he has a lot of good, talented players around him. You know, when you draft a quarterback top 10, most of the time your team ain't that good. This time, it's a whole different ball game. The Vikings got a lot of talented players. Yes, Donovan Jackson, yes. Our O-line. All right, so we got Christian Darrisaw. Hopefully he comes back healthy. We got Brian O'Neill as our 2 tackles. We got Kelly as our center. We got Mike Bull Jackson as a guard and Will Fry at the other end as the guard. Listen, we got one of the best offensive lines on paper. You know what I mean? We got one of the best offensive lines on paper. And people that think otherwise, listen, we're going to prove it. Listen, I can't really debate nobody until we prove it. But on paper, our Vikings trenches on both sides of the ball is very, very good. And I can't wait until we show off. But shout out to everybody in the building. Make sure y'all hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, share if you know any Viking fans that love Viking content. I'm going to be live for every single Viking game except for week 2 because I'll be in Minnesota because I'm Philly, everything besides football. And the reason why I'm a Viking fan is because of Randy Moss. And the topic of this video is this, hypothetically speaking, if Randy Moss had Joe Montana and Steve Young throwing him the ball for most of his career, would we have a different conversation when it comes to the greatest of all time wide receiver? In my opinion, it still is Randy Moss. But a lot of people, I can't debate Jerry Rice's resume. Jerry Rice's resume is by far better than Randy Moss's resume when it comes to the statistics and, of course, the accomplishments when it comes to winning 3 Super Bowls. But in my opinion, if Randy Moss had 2 Hall of Fame quarterbacks thrown to him for most of his career, I think Randy Moss will be closer statistically, in my opinion. I subscribe. Oh, thank you, bro. Appreciate it. Can Vikings do anything with Green Bay? I think we can. I think Green Bay is a good team. I'm not going to hate on Green Bay. I think Green Bay Packers is a very good team. I think that the Green Bay I like Jordan Love. I forgot Green Bay's safety. I forgot his name. I forgot the Bulls' name. I can't think of his name off the top of my head. But he's an interception machine. I think Green Bay got their wide receivers. They got solid wide receiver. They got solid tight end. We'll see what their running game looks like. I'm not really sure about their running game this upcoming season. But I really do like Jordan Love. I'm not going to say he's a top 10 quarterback, but I will say he's a very good quarterback, a very good young quarterback. And this is coming from a Viking fan. I'm not going to hate on the Packers. I can't stand the Packers, but I do respect what the Packers have and what they accomplished as an organization. So, but we gonna beat the brakes off of them still. Hey, listen, we beating the brakes off of the Packers. So when we go against the Packers, I hope to see you in the chat. All you Packer fans, Viking fans, whatever fan base you are, I hope to see you in the chat when we go live. Anthony Carter was my first favorite Viking. Oh wow, my first was Randy Moss, Chris Carter. I got to see more Randy Moss than Chris Carter. I'm a 90s baby, so I got to see more of what Randy Moss did with Culpepper. And then I got to see another wide receiver I really liked in a Viking uniform is Nate Burleson. I love Nate Burleson. I know he ain't gonna get like he don't got the accolades like Randy, but I was a big Nate Burleson supporter. I liked Nate. And going a little bit further in the future from that point, I liked the Sidney Rice for 1 year with Brett Favre, and I liked the Percy Harvin as well. But Percy Harvin kept getting those migraines and couldn't stay on the field. But I liked the Percy Harvin. He was a pretty good wide receiver. Very explosive wide receiver. We lost to the Rams, but you do know O'Connell came under Sean McVay. McVay was a teacher at KLC, was a student. It was a learning. So yeah, you learn. Yes, you learn from your losses. Now, you can't. The thing about you're going to take some L's, you're going to take some dubs. The beautiful thing about life is you're not giving up on anything in life. You only fail when you give up on something. It might take you a little bit longer to accomplish your goal, but the only time you technically fail at something is when you quit at doing when you quit on it. You know what I mean? And KOC, he don't seem like a quitter. I like KOC, and I think he's going to be a very, very good, all-time good coach. He just has to make sure and I said this a month ago. I said, if KOC wants to be one of the greatest coaches of all time, he has to make sure JJ McCarthy is that guy. He has to put JJ McCarthy in the right positions to be successful, just like Kirk Cousins, just like Nick Mullins when he got the opportunity, and what's his name, Dobbs. And I think JJ and Sam Darnold, the latest. So if he can put him in the good positions to be successful, run that dang on ball. It don't have to be a 50-50 like split when it comes to the run game and passing, but I would like to see more running and more consistently running, especially when you have a better offensive line. Let's be more physical. Let's not be a finesse offense. Let's run. I want the defense to be scared. Look at this tree right here. It fell down in my pathway, y'all. It fell down in my pathway. But I want the opposing defense to be like, yo, I don't want to go against the Vikings. I don't want to go against them because they run the ball. They're going to run it until you stop it. They're going to keep running the ball. And then they're going to hit you with the play action. And if you hit you with the play action, it's going to go right to JJ. It's going to go right to JJ. I'm talking about Justin Jefferson. It's going to go right to Todd Felton, Speedy Naylor, Jordan Addison, TJ Hawkinson. It's going to be a very, 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 very outstanding year. I can't wait. I cannot wait. Get your popcorn ready. Get your lemon pepper wings ready. Get your garlic parmesan wings ready. Get your extra buttery popcorn ready. And we going live for almost every Viking game this year. So if you haven't hit the like button, if you haven't hit the subscribe button, I don't know what you're waiting for. It's going to be lit. I cannot wait. The offseason a little bit slow right now. But we're going to I'm going to still bring you this content as much as I possibly can. And when the regular season finally starts, it's definitely going down. I can't wait. Cannot wait. Go Birds. Oh my gosh. Hey, listen, bro. Hey, you know I got a lot of love for you, bro. But we're not doing that, bro. We're not even gonna do that, bro. We're not doing that, bro. We need to extend Flores. Yes, I agree. And then we gotta go Giants. Hey, the Giants. Hey, listen, I ain't gonna sit here and lie. I think the Giants is gonna be last in the division. No. I think the Cowboys gonna be last in the division, bro. Dart, what's his name? Jason Dart might show something his first rookie season. He might show something. The Giants might be third in the division in the NFC East, bro. I got the Cowboys last in the division, bro. Something about the Cowboys, I just feel like I don't know, man. Like, I think Dak could be really good, but he could be really bad. He like one of those quarterbacks, like I said, he'll throw 4 touchdown passes. He won't turn the ball over on a whole game, just looking good. Just looking amazing, looking like a superstar quarterback, like he's getting paid, right? And then the next game, he gonna throw 3 interceptions. He gonna fumble. He gonna fumble, lose the fumble. It's gonna be a disaster. So it's like the Cowboys be just up and down, up and down, up and down because they quarterback, or he's hurt, or he's hurt. One of those 3 options. The Eagles overrated. I don't think the Eagles are overrated. I think the Eagles are very good. They did lose their I think they lost their offensive coordinator and defensive coordinator. The thing about the Eagles is they have 2 of the best wide receiver combination. What's his name? AJ Brown and what's his name? What's the other wide receiver? I forgot the other wide receiver's name. I can't think off the top of my head. And they got one of the best running back in Barkley. And listen, I blame the Giant fans. All you listen, how y'all not sign this man? And then he signs with the dang Eagles and wins a dang Super Bowl. I know the Giant fans are salty. And he turns out to be the best running back in the game. When healthy, he is the best running back in the game, bro. Listen, Eagles got something special. For real. What's it? DeAndre Smith, I think that's the other wide receiver's name. They got a good defense. They got one of the best defensive tackles in Carter. They got a good secondary. Cooper DeJean and the other bull. I forgot the other bull name. They got a good team, man. They got a good coach. But we're going to see what happens when they lose their coordinators. You feel me? We're going to see what happens when they lose their coordinators. But the thing about them, and then they got Jalen Hurts. Don't forget about Jalen Hurts. The thing about the Eagles, what I really have a lot of respect for, is they do not give up on the run. The Eagles do not give up on the run, bro. Even if Saquon is not doing his thing, they're going to keep on running that dang on ball. And you know what that does? And especially because he's a threat to get a home run or rushing touchdown. Any part of the field, it's an opportunity for him to get a touchdown. That's how dangerous Saquon is, right? So if you don't pay attention to Saquon, because you're not beating the Eagles, if you don't stop the run game, you're definitely not beating the Eagles. So they always love the quarterbacks and the team that run the ball a lot because it opens up the whole offense. When you run the ball successfully, it opens up everything because then you can they'll start biting on the play actions, the safeties, the corners, the linebackers, all of them will start biting. And then it's just like, then you can fit in the screen game. It's just so many things you can do when you run the ball successfully. So all the teams that ran the ball successfully last year, I think got the furthest in the playoffs. I know the Chiefs, I don't really know about their rushing yards. I really don't know. I know the Ravens, they were doing their thing. The Bills, they were doing their thing. The Lions, they were doing their thing. The Vikings, they were doing their thing, running the ball as well. Who else? I'm trying to think of all the top teams in the NFC and the AFC. But how about the Bears? Yeah, we beating the brakes off the Bears. Hey, listen, we beating the brakes off your Bears, bro. Cheers to everybody. I don't blame you for not covering MMA. It's decline right now. You know, even boxing isn't the same like it used to be, but I do love boxing. I talk about boxing mostly on my other channel. So if y'all have not subscribed to the other channel, make sure y'all subscribe to that channel because I'm most likely going to go live for the Devin Haney versus Roach fight. So in my other YouTube channel, if you haven't heard, I'm going to tell y'all again. It's Mike, M-I-K-E, Mike Sports, S-P-O-R-T-S, Vibes, V-I-B-E-Z, and Ballin, B-A-L-L-I-N-G. Mike Sports Vibes Ballin is my other YouTube channel, so check that out. We're going to talk about the Sixers, the Phillies, NBA playoffs, NBA breaking news like the Luka trade on that channel, and we'll talk about boxing. We'll talk about baseball. It's lit. It's lit over there too. Do you think the Vikings... Hold on. Do you think the Vikings are winning the division over Lions? Yes. You know, the NFC North division is so hard to really determine who's going to win. As a Viking fan, I'm obviously going to go Vikings, but I don't even... Listen, I got to see it to believe it at this point because I know on paper we look good, right? But at this point, I just want to see how they play the first couple of weeks and see how J.J. McCarthy is looking. So I'm not going to put the Vikings as the number one team in the NFC North yet. Believe it or not, I know this might sound crazy. I got the Packers as a #1 team right now. And I hate to even say that. And Viking fans are going to be very disappointed in me. I understand. I hope I'm wrong. But we'll see what happens. Listen, the Lions might take a step back because they lost their defensive coordinator and their offensive coordinator. I feel like the Vikings could be like second in the division, or possibly first. I'm just saying right now because I got to see what the Vikings do. And if they're healthy, I think we got an honest chance to do some great things. Since you're near Philadelphia, you should keep an eye on. He's an elite UFC fighter that could be the first person to bring a championship. Oh wow! You know my favorite all-time boxer is Joe Frazier. Even though I'm too young to really witness it, but I watched the Muhammad Ali fight when he fought Muhammad Ali the first time. That was the greatest fight I ever seen. And look, I wasn't even alive when that fight happened. I don't think. I'm a '90s baby, so I don't think I was alive, but that was the greatest fight I ever seen. Like, for real. Just the replay of it was amazing. But I love boxing, man. Like, I'm definitely going to talk a lot about boxing more on my other YouTube channel. Again, Mike Sports Vibes Ballin'. Make sure y'all go like that channel, or go to that channel and subscribe to that channel. John, what's going on? I don't know about that sense. I don't know. JJ McCarthy is hand-off merchant. Hey, listen, let him hand it off, bro. Ain't nothing wrong with handing the ball off if you got a good running game. If you got a good running game, ain't nothing wrong with running the ball. As long as you make the plays when you need to make them. That's all that matters. As long as you win a Super Bowl, that's all that matters. I don't knock it, but I think you might be wrong because he gonna throw that ball to JJ. You keep forgetting we got Justin Jefferson. Do y'all understand how good? Listen, do people understand how good Justin Jefferson is? I don't think people understand how good that man is. He made Joshua Dobbs. You know who Joshua Dobbs is? He made Joshua Dobbs look good. He made Nick Mullins look good. He made Kirk Cousins look good to the point that the Falcons gave Kirk Cousins a $100 million contract. We talking about one of the best wide receivers. And since he's been in the NFL, one of the, I forgot how many wide receivers that have accomplished this, but he has never had lower than 1,000 receiving yards in 4 years. So not even the great Jerry Rice accomplished that his first 5 years or whatever. So I'm just saying, we talking about a very, very, very good wide receiver. And I think KLC is going to put JJ McCarthy in the position to throw that ball to the best wide receiver, because you got to feed the beast. You got to run the ball, but you got to feed the beast at the same time. You can't just run the ball when you got the best wide receiver in the game, debatably. You feel me? That tree class. Oh, don't say that. I got love for Minnesota, but JJ is not the answer. But yes, that's what I'm saying, bro. We have the talent around him. Instead of paying Kirk Cousins $100 million, right? We have the talent we have the money, to get the talent around our rookie, or not our second-year quarterback. He's not a rookie technically, even though he didn't play any regular season games. He got hurt in the preseason game against the Raiders. But we built this team so well on the trenches that I feel like people are just don't understand, and I can't wait until we prove to the world. I can't wait, bro. We'll see about his deficiencies. We'll see what happens. I think he's going to really show off. I can't wait. I can't wait to see JJ McCarthy prove a lot of people wrong, and I hope he proves me wrong, because I'm gonna keep it real with you. The quarterbacks that I wanted Michael Penix. I wanted Drake May. I liked the Drake May. North Carolina Tar Heels. I liked it Drake. I liked it. I did like Bo Nix. I liked Caleb. I liked Jaden Dan. I liked a lot of quarterbacks. JJ was probably like the fourth quarterback that I wanted. But I am happy we got him. I'm happy we got him. But my first choice, I'm going to be honest with you, even as a Viking fan, I actually wanted some other quarterbacks. Like, I was a bigger fan of Drake May, to be honest with you. But I got to keep in mind that just because I'm a bigger, I like certain players, at the end of the day, our coach is going to be the one coaching. The GM is going to make the decisions. And we'll see what happens. Just like Jaden Daniels. Like, listen, Jaden Daniels, people would say that he should have been the first overall pick, not Caleb Williams. But you got to think of it like this. And I always put this out there, right? When these quarterbacks get drafted, especially like top 5, I always look at it like this. It depends on the team they go to. It depends on the talent around them. It depends on the coaching staff around them. There's so many different scenarios on why or if a quarterback is not good their first year or not, or a bust. Like, some of the quarterbacks that were bust, sometimes it's not just the talent, it's just the organization that they get drafted by. Like, I'm going to put another example out there, and I'm not saying this quarterback wouldn't be an all-time great quarterback. I'm just putting it out there. Patrick Mahomes, right? I remember when the Chiefs had Alex Smith. Alex Smith got hurt. Remember that year he got hurt? And a whole bunch of stuff. They went up, they drafted, I'm trying to remember the timeline of how it happened. I know that the Chiefs moved up in the draft, right? And they drafted Patrick Mahomes, right? They drafted Patrick Mahomes. They moved up, and a lot of the so-called experts, right? I'm talking about the dudes that played football, the dudes that have all the film, the dudes that know more than us people like me. Like, I'm just a dude just talking about it just from the eye test and just giving you my honest opinion, right? They were trying to say Patrick Mahomes wasn't that guy to move up for, right? It was a perfect storm that Andy Reid was the head coach of the Chiefs, and he picked Patrick Mahomes. People forget how offensive-minded, how gifted he is, Andy Reid. When Andy Reid was the coach of the Eagles, do y'all remember the Eagles constantly got to NFC Championship games? I believe they got to one Super Bowl. They lost to the Patriots. The Eagles were always in the discussion of being a top offensive team, a good defensive team as well. They just never got it done. But Andy Reid picked McNabb. McNabb was a good quarterback, man. Like, I know people don't like McNabb, and he's this and he's that. Andy Reid, and with Brian Westbrook and all them, and even the year when they had Terrell Owens for that 1 year, Andy Reid had that offense unstoppable. So it goes to show you that I'm not taking nothing from Patrick Mahomes. I don't want people to think that. But when you think about Patrick Mahomes getting drafted by the Chiefs, and Andy Reid is the head coach, Andy Reid, his mind is just different, y'all. When it comes to offense, his mind is different. And then if you have a perfect combination of a great quarterback, great talented quarterback, nobody knew Patrick Mahomes was going to be this all-time great quarterback 3 Super Bowls later. Nobody knew this. I don't care. Listen, even the experts were saying he was not that guy. But Andy Reid seen it, and their GM seen it, and they said, yo, I think he got it. He just got to work on a couple of things. And guess what? When he got the opportunity, he was shining, bro. He was shining. And Andy Reid put him in the right position to be successful. And then on top of that, he's just a good quarterback, man. Some of the throws that he be making, it's just like, dang, bro, like, what type time are you on? And this is why I'm kind of irritated about the AFC, because the AFC, I want the AFC to challenge the Chiefs. Listen, I'm not hating on the Chiefs. I'm not hating on y'all team, Chief fans. But I would like to see the Buffalo Bills do something. I would like to see the Bengals do something. I would like to see the Ravens do something. Like, listen, I'm tired of seeing Patrick Mahomes in the dang on Super Bowl every single year. Know what it reminds me of? It reminds me almost on the same level when Tom Brady and Bill Belichick was running the AFC. When Tom Brady and Bill Belichick, when Tom Brady finally got the opportunity and he did his thing, that was an unstoppable dynasty. It was just, they were always in the playoffs. They ran their division. It's the same thing right now with the Chiefs. They keep getting to the dang Super Bowl. It's crazy work, bro. I'm hoping that listen, one of my favorite quarterbacks in the game is Josh Allen. I like Josh Allen a lot. I think he's one of the most, like, he got something with him, man. He's really special. And I think that Josh Allen could possibly win a Super Bowl, but he got to get past that dude, bro. He got to get past Patrick Mahomes. Can he get past him? I don't know. These dudes is losing. They choke. I'm not saying they choke, but they always lose against Patrick, it seems like. Lamar Jackson, I don't know what it is about. It's like, it's not even just Lamar Jackson messing up. It'd be like a wide open catch, Bull drops the ball. Like, it's crazy, bro. It's crazy. What's going on, Adam? What's going on, everybody? What's going on, everybody? How y'all all doing over there? Devontae Smith. Yeah, Devontae Smith. Right. Devontae Smith. That's a good point. More Gannon at quarterback. Tim Brown, most overrated. Hold on. Most overrated wide receiver ever. You think so? Ardell, look at my man's stats. Then look at his quarterback played with. Okay, I got you. Yup. Bears will be better this year. I think so too. Rise opinion, don't matter. What's going on? Oh, thank you, bro. Appreciate that comment. Feed the beast. You got to. I have a question. Oh my gosh, bro. Yo, you remember what's going on, Vikings? Go Birds. Oh my gosh, bro. Look at Jalen Hurts. We put him in a perfect situation. That's a fact. Jalen Hurts, the way y'all built the team around him, the Eagles got the blueprint. I can't even hate on the Eagles. The Eagles got the blueprint, bro. They're gonna be good for many years, but I do think they're gonna take a step back because they lost their offensive coordinator and their defensive coordinator. So I think they're gonna take a step back, but we're gonna definitely see. What happens. Shout out to everybody in the building. Make sure y'all hit that like button if y'all haven't already. Y'all will never be. What's up, TY? JJ is in a better. Yeah. Anybody can be a. That's true, Scorpion. Anybody can be a lot of things, but doesn't mean that you're going to be successful at it or the best at it. Yes, I am. 34. Andy Reid, mine cheeseburger. I look 50 years old. Oh, dang. I guess I look 50 years old then. Shoot. Breaking news, Embiid. Nah, I ain't worrying about none of that you talking about, bro. The Texans are better than the Vikings. Let's debate. Hey, listen, bro. We gonna see about that. Y'all gotta get out of the AFC until y'all see. Listen, I ain't worrying about the Texans. Only thing I'm worrying about is the NFC getting to the dang on Super Bowl. I'm not worrying about the dang on whatchamacallit, the Texans. I got a lot of respect for the Texans though. I'm a big CJ guy. I think he's a very gifted, talented quarterback. For real. Happy Wednesday. What's going on? TY, what's up? Viking fans, man, whatever, bro. Every team in the NFC East better than the Vikings. Stop it. Stop the cap. You know that's a lie. Tuna Sports. You know that's a lie, bro. Stroud. Yeah, I got Stroud over McCarthy right now. But how long would that last, though? See, that's the thing. How long would that last? We're going to see after this season. Let's go. Bring it. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Low-key, even though the Vikings whooped the Texans last year, I respect y'all, boys. Yes, let's go. See, that's what it is, man. I love that, man, about RC. Yeah, Vikings, my favorite team in that division. Yeah, the Vikings, we just got, on paper, we look good. We got to prove it, man. We got to prove it. But shout out to everybody that's in the building. Oh, from great. Oh, what's up, Adam? I didn't even know that was you. What's up, bro? Shout out to you if you're still in the building. Shout out to everybody that's in the building. I'm about to get off this live stream. I really appreciate each and every one of y'all that joined the live stream. God bless and have a wonderful day. Be safe out here. And like I said, man, I cover the Vikings on this channel. I cover the Timberwolves. I'm not a Timberwolves fan. I'm Philly everything besides football. On this channel, we are going to cover the Timberwolves just to get some more traction on this channel. Because if you're a Timberwolves fan, hopefully you're a Vikings fan. On my other channel, again, I'm going to just put it out there again. Mike, M-I-K-E, Sports, SPORTS. Vibes, VIBEZ. Ballin, BALLING. That's my other YouTube channel. So if you were interested in boxing, if you're interested in basketball, I cover the Sixers, I cover the Phillies, I cover boxing, I cover et cetera, et cetera. Like breaking news, like the Luka trade, NBA news. I will be covering MLB playoffs. It's lit over there too. So but on this channel we do primarily just cover the Vikings, but I will answer your questions if you are a fan of another team. Because I always say this, and I'm gonna say it again: sports is designed to bring us all together. You know what I mean? We want to talk that trash and talk that talk in the comments, but I love it, man. I love it. Shout out to everybody in the building. Appreciate y'all. Texans for life. We got Texans for life. Wow. Hey, listen, I didn't know we had a lot of Texan fans on this channel. That's crazy. If we play y'all again, hopefully we beat y'all again. But I like the Texans, though. I like their quarterback. But we're going to definitely see what happens. We're going to definitely see what happens. But shout out to everybody in the building. I'm about to get off this live stream. Again, God bless, and I'm out. Be safe. Peace.